I said, hey, you still dropped a quarter.
He's like, fuck me.
Alright.
Fucking all over the place.
Well, you're a white supremacist. He just keeps dropping change.
Oh, dear God. I'm trying to figure out AC checks. Oh, Jesus fuck.
Not quite right. Much better. Now Jacob is in front. Alright. And now we are refilming D&D.
Yeah.
So hello everyone.
Alright. DC checks. I'm just gonna make my own then.
Right now the DM is trying to figure out random bullshit. We will not be playing music in the background to avoid copyright bullshit. Alright, you want to write up your spliff first?
Okay. Nobody said anything. So
I know. I did. I said we could get all three things going around. Do you want to do that? Get all three?
I was trying to
whatever
ask.
works, whatever works.
Alright,
I was trying
so
to
who wants
ask
to
if
light
you
their
guys
shit
wanted
first?
to-
You got a lighter?
Yeah.
Alright, you can light your own shit. Yeah.
In here somewhere.
My letter's in the car somewhere.
Nah, it don't matter. We got torches and...
Hell, if we really wanted, we could go over and say, hey, Jerry, can we have one of those lighters you found?
Yeah.
Since you found 5 in your couch?
Where did my lighter go?
Uh-oh. There you go. It's set to low, so... I was about to say, be careful.
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
If he doesn't...
This catches on fire, but like, you're a dumbass.
Yeah, that would have been, it would have been hilarious, yet horrifying.
Yes, it would have been, but I would have laughed my ass off.
So this is Noob D&D. We've got a Noob DM and Noob players. Or at least a really
Super
rusty.
DM.
Which pretty much puts you on noob level, right?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So I feel safe calling this Noob D&D.
Look, I don't like calling myself a noob at Japanese language, but unfortunately, with how rusty I am, I have to be considered a noob.
Yeah, that pre-roll weed isn't great weed, but it's weed.
It's good.
At least we're smoking.
Alright.
That could be dry D&D.
Let me, once you guys are all ready, let me know.
I try to
Yeah,
avoid that at all.
we're ready. Right?
All right.
Everyone's ready?
So,
No, let's finish smoking. No.
No.
Oh shit, did I fuck up?
the land that you guys are all in is Terra Rise. You're on your way to Grand Central,
It's okay, I got it.
located on the eastern shoreline. You're actually supposed to be going towards the tavern known as the Bee. You're to look for a man known by the name of Smithy. All you know from your invitation was to state that you must first talk to the barkeep and tell him the password of Blight.
Wait, so we're looking for Smithy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, that's right, because he went to go get Hal and... Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was Switch.
So you are to go on over there and ask him. You are approximately around 5 miles from the main city gates. So you're all together at your campground, talking amongst each other to determine your path.
Where are we?
5 miles away from the capital, Grand Central.
Wait, are we re-rolling for leadership or no?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's D20, right?
So go ahead and roll for your guys' party lead.
5.
14.
Damn.
18.
The tiny one.
I did not want to be the leader. You're probably the worst candidate to be the leader, considering your character sheet, but that's okay.
All right.
Because it could also be better.
So, as the leader, I forgot your character's name already. Jesus Christ.
Marmee.
Marmee. I'm even in the... Martyr.
Yeah, just hit
Okay.
it.
Okay, so Martyr, because you're the leader of your party, you're approximately 5
Suffocate.
miles away from Grand Central. You guys know that you are heading towards this city. Where's our next train?
Right here. That's all ember. It's from a canoe. Just hit it. You just knock the hots out.
God damn it.
That's why I said just hit it.
It's okay. We got the ball.
We can still fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just do that later.
Yeah, you're approximately about 5 miles away from the main gates to Grand Central. You're the leader of the group.
Oh, is that where the bar is?
No, that's where you guys are located at.
We are 5 miles
We're in
outside.
Grand Central?
No, you're
we're-
outside of Grand Central.
Yeah, we're
No, that's
5.
what I'm saying. The bar is in Grand Central.
Yes, the bar is in Grand Central. So you're heading. Your goal is to head towards Grand Central.
No,
But
yeah.
you
I
need
just wanted to
to
make sure I was
listen-
understanding everything.
It's up to your leader to determine your guys' method of going to such.
Okay.
No, I just want to make sure I understand
If
everything.
I may make a suggestion,
What's that?
I think we should sit in the forest for a while and train up before we take on this mission.
I thought we just go now.
I'm down for that. I just figured you might
Find our
want to.
boy Smithy.
What are your thoughts? Mill.
Honestly, I just want to find my family, man. I don't give a shit.
Well, we have
Let's
to.
row.
Ain't nobody gonna take me down on this mission.
We
That's all I
have to
really care
build
about.
gold in order to get
I
your
got
family
30.
back. It's nowhere near
The leader
enough
has
to get
30.
her family back yet. How's
So
the?
what are we doing then?
We're going to.
Let's row.
We're gonna go try to find Smithy. All right. Who wants to? Are you taking the lead, or do you want me to make a path, or do you want the druid to spot out any? Because we are technically outside of the town.
Yeah. We're
Do you want the big dude to intimidate everyone? Do you want to lead? Do you want her to?
Let's just be non-conspicuous.
I'm a half orc. That is not in my nature, but I will do my best.
so let's just go pretty much.
Yeah.
Who's leading the way?
Oh,
That was my question. Who's leading the way?
it don't matter. I don't want to.
Well, you're the leader. You have to decide who's going to.
Alright, well, let's go, Throg.
All right. I guess I will lead the way.
All right. Go ahead and roll a survival check.
7.
Well, as you're starting to leave the campground, you do notice in front of you that there are guards walking about, and they stop the group asking you, why are you doing this part of the wooded area? Apparently, the area that you guys have made campground at is not safe. The guard is telling you about how there's been a situation of people being affected with the blight. It's uncurable, it's untreatable, but more importantly, it's extremely dangerous towards anyone near civilization. There's a local town only about 2 miles away from you towards the east. And the guards are from there, telling you that you need to get out of these woods quickly. No one's allowed to be in here because if anyone becomes infected, the town itself is at risk. And the guards do not want that.
Very well. Do you grant us passage?
The guards telling you that they cannot grant you passage, but they can offer to escort you towards the local town to go ahead and stay safe in the meantime.
And is the town Grand Central, or is...
The town is a smaller village located 3 miles away from the gates of Grand Central.
Do we
Can I
attack...
bribe them?
Yeah, can
Okay, that's another approach.
The soldier states that the only thing that you're able... Actually, no, do a charisma check.
Yeah, I was going to say, shouldn't that...
Check out the charisma. Do a charisma check.
19.
Plus your modifier of charisma, so that's 20.
Yeah.
So The guards look upon each other, trying to figure out their method, but they're just whispering about, essentially. They turn to look at you, and they say, maybe we can, for a fee. Our standing offer is about 5 gold a person.
So 10 gold.
How many are there?
No, 15. There's 3
As in
of us.
5 gold a person of
There's
you.
3 of us.
So that's
it's
15
gold.
Oh, I thought, okay. My bad, okay.
Alright.
You still have more than us. So.
Yeah, you still have 3 times as much gold as we
If it
do.
makes you feel any better.
The guards take the goal and smile about each other, kindly walking away and just saying the words of good luck.
Alright.
Alright.
We
Let's roll.
continue forward.
As you're now marching through the forest, essentially, you notice about that it's pretty barren trees. They're separated maybe about 30 feet each. And they're all in a straight line in a row in a gridlock looking
Wait, so
pattern.
we're not in the town?
No,
No.
we're still
we're
on the
still
way
on the-
to.
okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
still on the
Okay.
way, but
I'm just-
because of his
okay.
bribe, you're
We are on a much faster route.
you're walking through. You see these trees in a gridlock pattern, all in a row like squares, essentially, and it's very ominous and it's very weird.
Someone put this way intentionally.
What's strange about the woods is you hear voices going about. They sound more like ghostly gasps and whispers. But meantime, there's a heavy setting fog kicking in.
Okay.
I would suggest you do an Arcana check.
I want to see if I can either see through the fog or hear out any of the voices. Maybe I can hear any of or either of the 2 languages that I am good with, Druidic or Draconic.
Let me see. I don't remember what skill it was.
I know you could do a nature
There was gonna be a roll I was gonna do.
I figured perception.
or
do you-
nature.
Because I have to see through the fog. And
A nature check would
Do the insight.
insight.
Yeah, it's gonna be more like an insight. It's just gonna like with her perception of being
Mhm.
above your guys' plus skills.
Nat
Ooh!
20.
So you're able to make out across from you that there's a small pond, essentially, and it's glowing in a bright blue fashion. But what's over in that fog is you notice that there's a fairy-like creature, essentially, standing on by. And it's not that far away from you guys. And you're also able to tell that the voices that you're hearing, even though it's not something that you recognize, you definitely do know it's not a good sign, as you see a slightly bulky version of the soldiers that you saw earlier. But they're seeming to not act right. They look even unhuman. Their skin essentially has turned a dark purple, but there's a strange green crack along the center of their chests.
Is this what the blight is?
I was just about to
Yes,
see.
you do notice that it's from the rumors of this is what a blight infection is. And you also recognize that where is my monster?
Is this by the pond?
It's near on the other side from the pond,
Oh, okay.
essentially.
Okay, so it's in a different part.
Yes. It looks very. You know it's someone that you can possibly take down, but it's also something you don't want to possibly yet risk.
Yeah.
So you know there's a safe haven or the risk of combat, and you're able to tell your group this and let them decide what they want to do.
Oh, you want me to actually say it? Okay. There seems to be a figure figure at a glowing pond.
I'll see
The
y'all later.
figure seems to be fairy-like. However, there is also a group of very Throg-like creatures that have the blight.
Yeah, I'm for real about to flee. So, like, I'll see y'all later.
If I may make a request of you, I know you do not trust me, but if you could, just stay up in the trees.
Alright.
Do not completely flee, but stay out of danger. As for us, since our captain has
Abandoned
fucking
us.
booked it, I'm going to do my best to charge the dudes with the blight. Back me up the best you can. Either with arrows or with your nature bullshit.
I'm not sure how good of an idea that is, only because I cannot truly make out this fairy-like figure. This could be another elf, and it could be something to our advantage.
If you don't want to back me up, then go talk to the elf or the water sprite or whatever the hell you think you see over there. But I've been craving combat, and these guys look like some very good XP, so... Did I say that out loud? I don't know, they look like a lot of fun to throw around.
Alright,
So
I'll
do
back
what
you
you're
up.
gonna do. See the D20?
Oh, here.
Well, no, we're rolling for combat. He's up in a tree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
well,
fair enough.
First, he's got to do a
Stealth check.
acrobatics check, and then a stealth check.
6.
No, that's a
Plus-
9.
No, 9.
Okay, so he's able to go up in the
Plus
trees.
2.
So 11.
Yeah, he already succeeds. He's
Yeah.
already able to go up in the trees. They're able to keep yourself out of their sights while climbing on up, but you need to do a stealth check next.
To make sure they don't see you up there.
4.
Plus, what's your stealth modifier?
2. 6.
Okay, yeah. You're able to stay out of the range. So you're...
Remember, we're out of...
Successfully
We
able
can't
to
see
avoid
them.
being
They
seen.
can't see us completely. So he's...
Alright.
Yeah, it's the
Fair
same...
enough.
Can I see above the fog in the tree?
You're still in the fog, but you're able to make out what the next tree is. And you're still able to see your teammates.
Or at least our outlines.
So he's on one of the lower branches, pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright. So then I guess...
You need to do a initiative
Yeah,
check.
I was about to say, we have to roll for initiative.
So roll for initiative, please.
11. Nat 1. Alright, so...
Yay!
And then, so you got 11?
But yep, the monsters have to roll for initiative too, right?
I know.
Go for it. That was what,
I had 3 originally.
I was
So
about to say, would you
Yeah,
like
I
some
Everybody else thinking the
dice?
goldies, okay.
alright, so you're able to go
I'll
first.
switch it up next
Alright.
week then.
What are you gonna do?
I am going to charge them with my great axe.
You're gonna charge at them with your great axe.
You know, attempt to pretty much cut the first one in half with one swing.
Okay.
That's going to be my attempt.
So
Since I can't see their armor or anything like that.
do a hit check.
Yeah, I know, I have to roll for attack. 16. Do I add any modifiers to that? Oh, my strength. So plus 2.
Let me get
So that'd be 18.
just forgot. Where the-
So does their armor class, does it go above their armor class?
What did you get?
An 18.
Got an
Fuck.
18.
Okay.
You hit right on the armor class actually.
Ah, sweet. So I get my attack?
Yes, you get to roll for your damage.
14. Oh, no, wait. Do I roll a d20 for damage? No, my great axe, I roll 3d6. Sorry. 9 damage.
Alright. How much health did I just fucking have? Is that all you ever... Did you get that? What?
Yeah, I got my hit in. It wasn't perfect, but I got a hit.
Yeah, I'm sorry that why did I just get my monster page? Oh, there it is. You did 9 damage, you said?
Yes.
Alright.
Problems with paper, problems with digital. All has problems.
That is true.
Papers, you can just go, oh, it's right there. That's it. But with paper, you can also, oh no, it's lost.
Alright.
Sure happens.
Now it's the monster's turn.
How much? Did I get like? What happened when I hit him?
Oh, you were able to... Oh, yeah, that's right. Right at the part where you hit him again.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
So, your surprise attack, essentially, against the monster, even though you could tell wasn't super intelligent anyways, you were managed to successfully to get your great axe into its shoulder blade, but it's still standing, doesn't seem to react at all, and is seeming to about to charge and attack you. You can tell that you successfully provoked it, and it's got its eyes set on you.
Alright, am I out of movements, or can I take a movement to kick off of him with my axe?
You could take off a movement to try to kick yourself off, but you know it's not going to do with any damage if you do.
No, I'm not trying to do damage. I'm trying to get my axe out
Trying
of
to get
his
it
neck.
out of him and move away. Yeah, you can.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. So I would say do a...
Does that require a roll, or is that just an action?
That's just like an action itself.
Alright, so I'm going to pull my axe out of him and prepare myself for...
battle.
Yeah. Alright, so is it the monster's turn or Michelle's turn?
It is the monster's turn.
Alright.
The monster itself... Well, I gotta remember what I gotta do for myself for a hit check.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go potty then.
Go, go, go!
Sorry, I literally just forgot how to do a fucking hit check.
You roll a d20.
Okay.
What'd you get?
19.
Alright, it's 2 points above my armor class.
Okay.
So now you have to roll
So now...
4 damage.
I'm just gonna run for myself.
Alright, so, do I write down the after damage in my temporary hit points, or...
It'd be... The damage I do to you will be on your temporary hit points.
Alright.
So it's how much health you've lost.
Yeah, my permanent...
You
my
got
permanent...
your permanent and your temporary is what your current is.
Yeah, that was my question. Alright. So now you just gotta figure out which dice to roll for your monster's hits.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, come on. Come on.
Isn't my turn yet?
Nope, you didn't miss a damn thing. You're still trying to
Yeah.
figure out the dice. Other than his attack hits me. But he hasn't described what his attack is, so...
So... I know, that's my fault. That's
No,
my fault.
you have to
Okay.
calculate the damage first before you can tell me what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. How the fuck do I add for my attack damage again?
You roll a specific dice and add up what?
6. Oh, yeah, 6.
6. Jeez.
68 6 is what I needed.
You said 6 d6s?
68. Oh, wait, 6-sided die.
I was about to say, holy
Duh.
fuck, this thing is gonna kill me in one hit. It's rolling 6 different dice.
Shit.
I really hope they're all ones.
My bad. Alright.
How much damage?
You're gonna take 5 damage.
Not too bad.
As they're kicking off, the monster essentially it swings up and it's able to manage to hit you in the chest. And you can definitely tell it's stronger than what an average human should be.
This thing has a bite to it.
That's not good.
least I have a cool
Michelle.
scar.
Okay, how close are they to him right now?
He is maybe about the distance between me and him right now.
Yeah, I just kicked off of him with my axe, and he swung at me, so... And now she's doing digital shit.
Well, no, I'm looking at my spells.
I'm just being a cunt.
So do you have learned?
These are the spells that you have.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
but it
you're
actually
looking at their
tells me
effects.
what it.
Oh, you're looking at what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Friend. I'm about to murder you all.
Can I see the monsters?
Yeah.
Now, can you see the monsters, or can you see their outline?
He can actually see the monster.
Alright, so you can see me fighting the monsters.
How close am I to them?
I
know he charged.
You didn't roll in any
You're
initiative,
maybe
so
about,
you have to do that
16.
after they attack.
16?
After
Okay.
is she last?
Yep.
Alright, so pretty much if you want to fire off your bow, you're gonna have to wait till her turn is done.
Yep.
He was just saying about
Alright.
fire off the bow, but because he didn't roll initiative, he automatically goes last. So
Yeah, he'll automatically go last after. No, actually, they would be tied, so they would have to decide amongst themselves.
I wanna.
Because she rolled a 1, so that he can't really get anything lower than that.
well, the only thing lower than a 1 is not rolling at all. You can't score if you
Unless
don't
you
roll.
have a negative modifier.
Yeah, but I don't think that there's a negative modifier for.
But after a sneak attack, actually, he would have to roll for initiative and afterwards, anyways.
Yeah, technically
Because he's
this
now in
would
combat.
qualify as a sneak
Yeah.
attack, so you wouldn't be able to attack this round. You'd have to wait till next round.
I would like to produce flame and throw it at him.
Shit, how does magic work again?
How does magic work? Honey?
Oh shit!
Oh, I'm saying like for how you to figure out your attack damage and rolls. But you gotta roll that hit check first.
Yeah, you have to make sure you actually hit them. Which I have discovered their hit points are 18, so you have to roll above an 18. Or their armor class is 18, so.
4. So I just produced a flame.
Yeah.
The fireball,
It's
there's
not
no
a fireball. It's
modifiers.
just produce flame. It can do
Oh.
multiple things.
Alright, so. you
So
produce
literally,
the
it's
small
just
flame.
it's just providing more light. That's
So,
all it's doing.
You're able to produce the flame, essentially. However, you notice that the wind nearby pushes it back just enough to where it misses. Unable to touch the monster and or your copperhead.
That's
Alright.
okay.
So
Do
now-
I at least grab their attention?
No.
No,
The flame
not
wa-
even with the flame.
No.
The flame
Really?
wasn't enough.
Okay,
It was
alright.
too small.
The threat's
I was-
on.
I was just.
Yeah, the dude.
I was
They're
just
focused.
That's
curious
not him.
They're
because
focused on the dude that just put an axe in their neck. They're not focused on the one that's trying to.
well,
Alright,
you
so now
never
we-
know if they fucking see
We
something
reroll
that's trying to
initiative
attack
since he's
them.
joining battle.
No. You guys' initial set for
Alright.
combat.
So I did so little shit.
So these
They don't
two
even
reroll
recognize
for
me.
last combat.
10.
1.
Which means you go before her, but after the monsters, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my turn again. I'm slightly cut on the chest. But I think I got this. I'm gonna go with my axe and go for a double handle on the one that I just cut.
Okay, so you're gonna go on the same
Yeah, the
spot, but with both hands this time tacking down into it, right?
I thought I got. I went in for a side chop the first time, and you said I got like somewhat.
Oh,
through
yeah,
the-
like right up in the shoulder.
yeah, up in the shoulder, something like that. Now I'm going for a double
downward.
down,
Overhead.
trying to separate this entire part.
Okay. Okay.
It's like, okay, I get it now.
Jesus Christ.
It's 8.
No.
No, yeah, I know. And that's 10 lower than what it should be.
As your axe is going on down, essentially, it actually bounces off the
The helmet?
lighted soldier's armor.
I'm aiming for the head,
Yeah,
so
I
it
know.
bounces off
The helmet.
Yeah.
And that's because you angled your swung. Or
Your
swing. You
swing.
swing. Yeah, you're swinging too much. The monster itself is now deciding to go ahead and try to grapple you.
I was hoping it would have at
What's
least
your
dazed it.
What's your armor class again?
17.
Oh wait, I gotta do my hit roll.
Yeah. My armor class is 17.
What the fuck do I roll for the hit roll again?
You roll a d20 to see if you get past my armor class. And then you see if you get a hit roll.
Alright, so armor class was
Minus 17.
minus 17. Yeah, minus 17 in armor
No.
class?
No, my armor
mine
class.
is 17,
His armor
not
class
minus.
is 17.
You did say that weird though.
Alright.
Because for a
That
second
would
there,
be
I thought you said
awful.
minus.
An armor class of minus 17. You'd have to have your chest broken open and your heart beating just, I'm still alive, but I don't know how.
That is
I'm a terrible person. My viewers know this.
oh my god.
I tried to get a hashtag called No Lives Matter going. I'm a horrible person. Fucking video better not cut out on me again. Alright, but yeah, everyone knows I'm a horrible fucking person. But to have an armor class that low, fuck.
It also misses its chance to try to grapple you, as it's now just stumbling a little bit, but catches itself back and still looks at you. But it's a little bit.
So it stumbled a bit forward.
It's just closer to you. That's all it is.
Yeah. Alright, Michelle?
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, your turn.
Can I do a jump attack from the tree with the 2 small daggers?
Or are we too far away?
Do a.
Wouldn't that be athletics or acrobatics?
Probably
No.
acrobatics.
He can still do it because he's getting the stealth off on it. Trying to remember how a rogue does it for a stealth attack, because that's what it is.
You got a complicated ass class, apparently. But you know what? That's a good thing, though.
Usually means you get the better ones later on.
Mm-hmm.
I chose a simple one. It's just fucking beat the shit out of everything.
According to him, mine is complicated. I don't know about that, but
You're a druid. You should be fine.
no, he was saying that.
So
druids are
do-
complicated when we first started.
An shit, what the fuck are you supposed to do for that? Oh, okay, he's gonna get an attack. Never mind. He's gonna get 2 attacks off on this anyway, so
You just got that look like
do a hit check and then add your initiative. Not your initiative, your fuck, what is it? Let me see. I can see, but
Benefits of paper. And yes, I will repeatedly give you shit for that.
that'll be on your So you got both stealth added on with acrobatics. So add +4 to your hit.
What dice do I roll with that?
So you do your die roll.
A plus 20.
Well, at least I got
Yep.
some XP.
Yeah, well, we
17.
So you got
Plus
the 17
4.
plus the 4. That means you got a 21.
Well, because of my spellcasting ability.
So now it's hit.
Wow, no.
So you got to roll for your damage now.
No, that's actually
Okay.
spellcasting and druidic.
Yeah, usually the 2 daggers.
Yep.
So your dagger, what dice does it say to use for your dagger?
It says D3.
Alright,
See.
so you use the triangle. Wait, D3.
So
Where?
it says POS 1D3 C19 times 2.
Mm-hmm.
So our list.
Mm-hmm.
4.
So that's one of them. Now, roll it again for a second one.
3.
So 7.
Shoot, now I gotta calculate my monster's health. Fuck. Because I am not the math whiz. Okay. You're successfully able to do a massive amount of damage to the monster. In fact, that the monster is now showing signs of weakening. You tore back open its shoulder blades on both arms. But it's still able to move, but it's definitely exposed all the way. The breastplate itself has been knocked off. You can see all the damage done. Michelle,
What? Oh shit. Okay. Hi.
it is now your turn.
He just jumped out of the trees and double daggered this bitch across the chest.
Oh, so you did hit.
Opening
Okay.
off the chest plate.
Cool. All right. Let's try this fucking produce flame one more goddamn time. Okay? Motherfucker. 5.
Sure gone with the arrow, man.
Again, your sad luck has shown the wind has
Luckily, I just
prevented
tried.
you from hitting the target.
Well, I
And-
just tried to do the produce flame. I didn't say I wanted to attack him. I just said I wanted to try and do the produce flame.
But production
what it is.
failed, so.
That's what I'm saying. It failed, so.
No, she's saying she didn't try to produce it on the enemy. She just tried to produce
No,
it.
I can just
like,
produce it
just
in my hand
produce
for
it.
like.
Oh, okay. So you want
Because
to use it.
when I used it for the attack, it.
So you
shut
want to
off
use that as
the
a
light.
distraction, though.
Yeah, I just want to do the thing in my hand.
Well, it failed anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it failed anyway, so.
No, that's what that she could have done because it's a spell that she knows, so she knows how to produce it. She's able to do that, but I'm trying to figure out like how she
Oh.
wants that to be the attack.
So I can do more on top of that? Is what
Yeah,
you're
because
saying?
you're not actually
okay,
hitting a target.
Okay,
You're
cool.
using
Yeah,
it
you're
as
just
a target
producing
to
the flame.
produce something
What
to
are you
do
doing?
for
I want
it.
to. Okay.
You're using it as an item, essentially.
I want to see if there's animals in the area.
She's using it to produce light to see if there's animals.
Okay. Do a
Perception.
animal handling check.
Oh, okay. Wait, if I'm just looking for them.
Yeah, if you have perception, so your perception is able to tell you, you just gotta roll for an animal handling because they're looking for animals.
14
Plus,
plus.
what's your animal handling modifier?
The,
Animal handling.
I don't know if it's the 2 or the 6. Is it the 6?
Yeah, that's plus 6.
Okay. You're able to tell that there's a few birds around in the area, but they're really well known for being angry at things that are in their area that they don't like, or if someone has food to offer and they're not offering it. The bird itself is known as the ravenhawk, which is a very common bird that has existed around and terrorized.
Can I do anything more with my.
Yeah.
turn? Okay. I want to try to do animal friendship then.
Okay. So that would count then as your bonus move.
Yeah.
It basically convinces the
Okay, yeah. So
creature, I mean, no harm. Another animal handling?
yes.
8. 2 plus 6.
You're unable to get the bird's attention at all, and it's just ignoring you completely.
Alright.
That's fine.
Time to finish this fucker off. I'm going to try once again to split this fucker down the middle. Or no, I'll return the favor. I'll give him a slash across the chest, just like this fucker gave me. 19 plus 2.
You're able to hit it.
Wait, 19. Oh no, I need a 20. I was about to say, damn, I got critical.
No, that was...
Yeah, no, I didn't. Alright, so still 3d6.
Oh,
No, mine's a natural 20 for a crit. His is the 19.
Okay.
11 damage. So I'm just like taking my axe and coming straight across. Thanks to the opening he made with his knives.
Okay. You're able to successfully and rip off now the breastplate on top of his chest and give him a huge, deep slash. He's still pieced together, still moving about, and it doesn't seem to let go, but it's extremely damaged now. It's just on the thin, bare grasp until being torn apart and just dying again. The monster itself decides...
Wait, again?
The monster's still alive, but like I said, dead again. You'll get into that.
Well, he shouldn't have said so.
You're the one who
later.
said something, motherfucker. Don't be getting
That's
on me.
later.
I'm just giving you shit.
Trust me, I know. I'm just trying to figure out, it's attack right now. Who is going to attack? Okay, yeah. That's a better idea. Where's my D20? Wow, this monster's got the shittiest luck in the world. The monster itself, due to the pain that Maramir has produced, it's slightly incapacitated and it doesn't really do anything. It's just confused.
Sure, give him all the credit.
He did do that hit, and
I'm just being a dick. So now it's your turn.
I'm exposing his status.
Can I throw the daggers at his head?
Well, your daggers are still kind of in his body,
So now you have your rapier and your bow.
but your hands are on your daggers.
Oh.
Can I pull the daggers out? And
Yeah.
then throw them?
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd pull them out and go for a double
But-
fucking shiv.
Throwing damage is less than melee damage at that range, you know.
Oh, never mind. I'll just hit him. I'll just stab him.
You're just gonna stab him again?
In the yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's in the chest.
Yeah. If he's gonna pull them out and then attack him again.
So how did I slash
You
my...
slashed his chest.
Yeah, but if he's still on him with his daggers, how did I...
Thought you were gonna do the chest like that. Or attack like this.
I went for that.
Oh, then you didn't even hit him at all. You're fine.
I'm just wondering how I got that hit in if he's still on the monster.
You're on the other
One.
side. He's
Oh,
on
that
You
one.
can't see him.
This is gonna be terrible for you.
Nat ones are never fun.
You're going to be hating on this. Due to you trying to stab in the back portion of it, you kind of accidentally hit his lungs, but by doing so, pushed out a vile poison all over you.
I'm dead.
No.
No,
You're not dead. You're just now poisoned, and you're gonna take 1 point of health down every turn until you roll out of it.
So in other words,
So-
in your temporary hit points, from now on, every turn you're going to lose 1 point. So not right now. So yeah.
You're poisoned until you cure it, or until your body pushes through it and doesn't kill you.
So right here, you would write down the countdown from it. So right now you're at 17.
And that's gonna last until he rolls out of it. So every turn, even
All right, Michelle, you're up. Just use your bow.
Short range.
Is he that far away?
I'm farther away than you
No,
guys.
you're about
You're
15
not that
feet.
far.
You're 15
Wait,
feet
the
from
short
him.
bow can still shoot in 15 feet? Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 10 feet or less.
What use of a bow would any
That's-
kind of bow be at 10
That's what
feet?
I'm saying,
Okay,
man.
let me- Your bow has a range of 60 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're close
Oh.
range for a bow.
Yeah, this is more medieval times, so okay.
Yeah, remember, he's
Yeah,
long
alright.
range, you're short
Alright,
range.
yeah. Alright.
Fucking
It's not gonna matter if I can't fucking roll a good roll. Fucker.
Just don't hit him or me. If you're rolling that one, you probably
Just
will.
this.
Can I hit them?
You gotta roll your hit check.
I can hit them, right?
Oh, your own teammates?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Like if she
Oh,
rolls
Like, is
a
that
one,
even possible?
Yes.
if you
That's
roll,
possible.
If you get a nat 1,
That's.
if you roll a
Dolan's
nat
like, oh,
one,
shit, what did
you're
I
probably
start?
gonna Skyrim me and put an arrow in my knee.
So you better hope you don't get a 1 on that hit roll.
If you,
What if I want to hit them though?
you
Then
can do that?
It's not gonna
If
matter.
you
Either
want to
way.
hit them, you gotta roll your own hit roll.
Yeah,
for that.
you
That's
have
different.
to roll against
Either
us.
way.
Mistake.
What you trying to do?
Wait, how many of them are there?
Just 1.
There's only one left?
Oh, you made it sound like that there was 2.
Yeah, I was
It's just
thinking
one.
there's like 2 or 3. Okay. There's
That's
just
why I
one?
said earlier I attacked the same one.
Yeah.
Because you
Right.
made it sound, well, you said a pair of guards.
There was a pair of guards earlier when you guys saw,
Yeah, but when
this
you
one
were...
looked like the pair of guards.
Alright.
Is he
You can tell it's a-
malformed or something?
No.
Yeah.
You could tell. You
I'm
could tell it was a
I'm just being
Grand
honest with
Central
you.
soldier, essentially.
You're running time.
13.
Are there any modifiers?
Yeah. Do you have any modifiers for?
What would the modifiers be for firing an arrow? Or that be...
Mind you, this is the short bow, so it is a proficiency.
She's got that. She's got the proficiency.
so
It'll be
plus
on.
2 for the proficiency bonus.
She's got to roll for with the
Would that be dexterity?
yeah dexterity bonus.
Alright.
1. And it's my dump stat, so.
Oh, it's unable to. You're still going to get damage. So go ahead and roll your damage off.
I thought that was your damage.
No.
1.
Cool. So you don't have to do 1 point damage to it. You're able to hit the monster, but it's definitely not going to kill it. You're able to get the arrow right by its throat, essentially.
Yeah. I missed the head, but I still got him.
Alright. Let's finish this fucker off already. Again, gonna go with a swing with my great axe. 14 plus 2, so 16.
Alright, 16 on the hit.
Yes.
You are unable to hit.
Yeah, it's thing is 18.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird though.
As you're trying to swing your axe again, going forward-wise, you miscalculated the judge of distance that you needed to move properly and miss completely, hitting your axe into the ground.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll out of the poison.
Yeah, you gotta do a survival roll.
12.
Plus 2, so 14.
You're able to fight back the poison as you recognize its toxins a little bit from dealing with toxicology as a rogue. And now you're free to go ahead and do what you're moving in.
So he doesn't take the damage from the poison?
No, he doesn't take damage from poison. Poison's gone. He's able to do whatever he wants now.
Alright, cool.
And not worry about it.
There you go. It's like you weren't even poisoned. So you can remove that temporary poison shit.
Can I stab him with the rapier?
Yeah, you gotta do a hit check though.
Wait. If the
18.
short bow is 60 feet, what the fuck is the longbow range?
Like 120.
Oh, so it's just twice.
Yeah.
You got a what?
18.
Okay. You're successfully able. Where are you attacking him actually? That's the thing.
Huh?
Where are you attacking him?
Rapier.
You're able.
Oh, like
you got
the
your.
chest
You got the
area,
attack
okay.
off. So the chest area. Well,
Yeah.
actually, his back because you're behind him.
Yeah.
Surprised you don't want to freaking
Okay.
Martell him fucking.
As Mamir, the leader of the group, is the one who didn't want to fight, who has now ended up fighting because of his team, is also the one to do the first party slay. The monster itself collapses, broken in half, and stops moving completely.
Alright.
All of you go ahead and add 200 XP. I gotta remember where the leveling's at.
Yeah.
Because I think you guys have passed first level.
I was about to say, freaking, our first monster has 18 hit points, and we're at level 1. Hot fuck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're.
So out of,
Isn't it 500?
no, it's 200 for all of you.
No, I'm saying when you get to level 2.
No, it's 300 until you get to level 2.
Oh.
For you guys, they're 100 away.
Alright.
So I would say we're gonna put down 200/300. That way you know that's how much
Yeah.
XP you are from leveling up.
Alright. Personally, I think we should send the druid to go talk to that figure at the lake, since she is a nature-oriented person. Meanwhile, I think you and me should sit here and stomp the fuck out of this monster to make sure it don't get back up.
Can I loot the body?
That's a good point.
That was gonna be my question too.
Do a. Let me see.
I mean,
What
I think looting is just looting.
Yeah, but he's gotta see if there's any loot.
Yeah.
Do the insight check. Because that makes more sense. Trying to find it.
20.
Wow!
+2.
You already got a nat 20. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
I saw one dude with a modifier of 9. He was able to get his shit up with a nat 20. Up to
Now I gotta
29.
generate you guys' fucking one. Congratulations.
I mean, he can roll, if there's no loot on the monster, you can roll a 20 and still find no loot.
No. You got a nat 20. Gotta be nice and clear. You do notice that there is a bag, and this bag is filled with gold. It just happens to be a nice hefty sum of 20 gold.
Hey, there you go. You made a profit off of your bribe.
Yep.
Alright. Does my plan sound like a good plan?
Yep.
Alright. We're gonna do that. So you go talk to your little sprite friend. We're gonna sit here and curb stomp this zombie looking fuck.
Alright, Michelle. Yep.
Alright, I'm not going over there yet.
Okay.
First, I want to examine what this figure actually is before I go over there. Because I'm not stepping into a fucking trap all by my goddamn self, okay? Fuck that. Perception? Or...
Intelligence.
Oh,
I thought that'd be investigation. Because she's investigating what the thing is.
Fair point. Okay, no, investigation.
17.
Plus,
Plus nothing.
a 17 is a modifier of plus 3. So she's at 20.
20, whatever.
Get more points, woman.
You're able to make out it definitely is a Grand Central Soldier like you saw before. You're able to confirm that. And
wait, I thought you were investigating the water sprite.
no, she's investigating the dead body.
No,
No,
not
yeah,
the body.
she-
I want to investigate the thing by the fucking pond because I'm not going over there by
yeah.
myself.
Oh my bad, I got it.
No,
We're over
you're
here
okay.
curb stomping the monster. Why would she be
What I
investigating what we're
I can't.
stomping?
Yeah, I can't exactly investigate what they're destroying.
Okay, ignore what's that. My bad, that's my fault.
You're okay.
Who's over here stabbing in the butt and shit?
You're able to tell it's definitely a friendly sprite. Very common sprite located in the outer woods of Grand Central. These woods, within are definitely the ones that people have told not to go into because of how easily lost you can get.
Can I tell like the class
Can I
or
just
race
see
or
that really
anything like
quickly?
that?
You can tell the pixie's definitely friendly, and
Sure,
it's definitely
but I
one
would
that can
suggest
probably help
waiting
you
about
guys know
6
which way to
minutes,
get out.
because that's usually when that thing kicks
But
out.
I can't tell if it's like a high elf or anything like that.
No, it's a pixie.
Oh, the pixie. Glad you and me agree on so much in this game. Fucking
Can I
stomp
examine
shit
the
out of
water
it.
from where I am?
The water?
Yeah, the glowing water, the glowing pond.
Because you're already able to see that is the pixie. You can also tell that the water itself is just moonlit algae, which is water that only pixies tend to go congulate at, essentially.
Ooh.
The pixies.
Maybe use it later?
I was actually thinking of, is there any sort of, like, useful stuff in the water? Like, maybe,
Oh, no, it's just...
like, medical use type? No?
Is the water itself good for anything? Like, this
It's
is...
using a few processes, but not often. It's a very niche market.
Does the figure have anything on them? Like any sort of weaponry or anything, or armor or anything like that?
The figure itself, all they have on them is a set of bags located on their side. And
Assume they're
there's a
not
large
Tinkerbell
book,
dress.
rather, that's sitting also.
Wait, what?
They have a large book on their side.
Like
Oh, a
grimoire.
book.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a grimoire.
I thought you said a large brood. I was like, wait, what? That doesn't mean okay. All right. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to go over there and cast infestation on the bitch.
Even though you know it's friendly?
Yes! I'm lawful evil, goddammit! I don't know what's in there. It could be something useful.
Remember, lawful evil. You're just gonna attack it out of no reason. It's more like chaotic right there.
Yeah.
If anything, I would say have a conversation with it and see if you can get any information out of it.
You could be selling something.
I mean, you know it's friendly. You're not chaotic. You're lawful.
Yeah, that's more of a chaotic action.
Fine. I'll go up to it.
Well, you're also a folk hero of all things too, so
Alright. I would like to stop stomping on this monster because at this point it's a pile of mush. And I would like to approach her from behind.
do what?
Just approach.
Oh.
No, not like scare or anything, not intimidate, just walk up.
Alright. That makes it easier.
As you walk up, you can tell that it's a male pixie. And he seems friendly. He's just sitting on about, just doodling by himself. And he just peers on over and sees you and waves and says hello.
Alright.
Fucker. Your big ass! Fucking vending machine sized motherfucker. Can I cast Gust on this motherfucker? Get him away from me?
Yeah, I mean, you could, technically speaking.
I'm not harming him or anything.
No, but you're gonna piss me off.
You're being pushed up to 5 feet away from me. Shut up.
Are the pixies the reasons for the blight?
No. It's friendly.
Before she
I'm
was
saying,
able to
though.
cast it, I want to wave hello.
The fucking monster
Except
thing
you
that
already
comes with a
did,
pixie popped
okay.
up.
No, I haven't. He waved hi to me, and then you went, "Can I cast it?"
17!
You're able to blow away your barbarian from the pixie as the pixie said hello to him.
I'm still on my feet, right?
No, you're being knocked on her ass from her. And it's friendly damage. I would say take minus
She didn't
2.
roll damage. She just used gust.
Yeah, no,
No, but
Does gust
it's
have
an
any
effect.
damage?
No, it's an effect of you being blown away in the environment.
Hmm.
It's not actual combat. It's just her rolling and actually no wait. Oh, take damage check. Do a survival check. She's still blowing you away though. But
You create a harmless sensory effect using air, such as causing leaves to rustle when
Which I'll figure it out.
Yeah, which means it won't harm me. It would
Yeah.
just blow me away.
I know, but you're just in the
12.
environment.
So it's the environment
So, yeah,
that
he's able
harms
to-
him,
yeah.
not necessarily me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
12.
you're able to go ahead and luckily catch yourself in time before being completely tumbled away and stand back up like nothing ever happened. But character, from your actions earlier, you're kind of angry at her for doing that, as someone just said hello to you.
I throw a rock at her.
Yeah, you can throw a rock at her.
10.
And then would my armor class count in this scenario?
No,
No? Okay.
Why not?
No, I was just curious.
because it's not actual combat. It's just you guys dicking around. I would say Michelle take -1 damage. You're able to get the rock to hit her in the shoulder. Not hurting her too bad,
Since you're so small, it doesn't really hurt a medium-sized person.
but you definitely made your case.
Well, no, I'm a little irritated now.
Hey man, don't walk up on me like that!
The pixie is now just looking at you all confused of what is going on, as he's never seen a group of a party be so angsty at each other, and he now seems slightly frightened.
I'm going to wave him over to me.
Can I pss, 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 pss with him?
He's trying to call to him like an animal.
I want you to both do charisma checks.
I'm trying to wave at him. Alright.
You're unable to grab the pixie's attention
By going pss, pss, pss.
at all.
Can I
As
flip it off?
no, the pixie is actually now going towards
Do you need help?
Frog.
Thrall. No, Thrall.
Frog.
Throg. The pixie's going towards the Throg and asking him what on earth is going on.
We're just trying to get through the woods to make it to Grand Central. I apologize for my party's oddities. We're not exactly a conventional group. However, is there any information you can spare about what the hell that monster was?
The pixie nods in agreement as you're speaking, and he's telling you about how what happened was a soldier was on over here a couple of days ago, and he got attacked by a blight hound. Then shortly after, about 3 days later, he became this monster, attacking the villagers and killing people on and off. The shortest little village that used to be there no longer exists, but there's another one that's not too far from here that can take you to the road towards Grand Central.
Are those hounds how the blight spreads? Is that the carrier for the blight?
He turns and looks at you and says, "No. The blight is caused by anything that is blight infected. If you were all to be attacked, and luckily none of you did, you would be infected, and we would have to either take you to investigations at Grand Central or put you down."
But who is the natural carrier?
The 9.
Do we know?
The 9.
The 9?
Are there any trinkets or tools that you could spare to help us with our quest to eliminate the blight?
Sally, for your party, he's unable to provide for you for anything, as he can only give you directions. He doesn't really have anything useful on hand that he's willing to or able to give you. But he does offer to guide you towards the proper direction and trick of how to get through these woods without being lost.
See you later. What do you think, Kat? He can produce flame.
Oh, he has that too?
No, he has a lighter.
Oh. God damn it.
It's okay if I still.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
By the way, it's your turn. I mean, you're the party leader. You gotta help them decide what the course of action is.
Yeah, that's why I said,
Oh.
what are your thoughts?
So who can
Lee?
take us to the road to Grand Central?
This
Takes you
pixie fuck.
to the Grand Central.
We should follow him.
Alright. I say let's follow him, but I'm going to keep a close eye on this one because he's still pissed me off. Just gonna keep on giving her the over the shoulder. Or he, sorry. A female character
Can I
playing.
continue looking around for animals to possibly cast friendship on? Can I continue to do that?
You can try. So roll for animal handling.
15.
Plus
And then plus 6. Where's the one? Oh.
animal
It's right in front of
handling.
me. See, I pulled a U.
You're able to tell that there's a few foxes running about. And these are Grand Central's verbal foxes.
Wait, did you just say verbal foxes?
Vorpal.
Oh.
Vorpal.
I was about to be like, what? A talking fox! No, I get what you're saying now.
Ditch that cancer stick. Come in this green shit.
Animal friendship?
Cast 7 times.
Yeah. Man, I want a friend!
One that isn't bipedal.
Fucker.
Fucking 2!
Again,
Unsuccessful.
you are unsuccessfully able to...
Is there a pack of them? Or is it just one? Just one? I was about to say, you could re-roll to do a different one.
It's a... No.
You don't care what specific fox.
Is combat the only way to earn XP, by the way?
No, he can earn XP by stealing. You can earn XP by casting spells. Not just combat spells, but like nature spells. Like I know that there's one that allows you to teleport from one tree to another tree, if you are familiar with that species of tree. That technically gives you small bits of experience.
Yeah.
So then I can investigate trees, too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, we're trying to get rid of all these cookies. Have as many. Fucking take a stack. I don't care.
But it'd be underneath investigation roll.
Okay. Wait, is it still my turn?
Until you guys decide to travel forward.
Oh.
You guys are just doing events to try to help figure out your adventure.
So it is still my turn, though? Or, yeah? Okay. I just want to double check. I don't want to fuck anybody over.
Wow.
Yeah,
You
I'll
should
investigate
understand what that
something.
means.
Here, I'll use this guy, 'cause- 8, and then investigation plus 3.
So you're able to tell all the trees are definitely the same species, and that they definitely have they're the ones producing the aura / the fog. As the fog itself is actually
Okay, so it's more of the location.
Yeah.
necessary.
and you're able to tell that from investigating these trees, the fog itself dampens your magic abilities, which would explain why you weren't able to produce flame and hit properly.
The tree's hating the druid? What the hell?
No, the trees.
No, I'm
Tree's
just-
hating everybody, right?
I'm just being a dick.
Essentially.
Y'all know me, and just like me.
Like
Y'all are
the
just
fog
doing
itself
melee.
was a mana dampener, so you weren't able to.
Ah,
produce the
Yeah.
There was a the trees act as a mana adapter. That's clever.
flame.
It's a good thing I yelled at.
No.
It's a good thing
Yeah, that's what. So that precedes that, though. Other than that, there's nothing really.
It's a good thing I used my tyrant skill to tell you to use your bow.
That cat's a rabbit.
What? Oh yeah, she is a love bug.
All right. So as
They
of-
can't see it because your head's.
Other than that, there's nothing useful about the trees to your knowledge. So you guys are still in the forest, essentially looking around,
Well, at least I
bickering
fucking
and
basic shit.
looking at trees to figure out what to do.
I say we just follow the pixie.
Got pickpocket the fixie.
See, that was my idea, motherfucker!
You're a druid.
Yeah, but I'm a klepto.
You
Yeah,
would
that's
need to roll a sleight of hand.
12.
Plus
2.
14.
You're able to reach into the pixie's bags as he's talking to Throg in the meantime, and while her character, what's his name? Aramel, is
Armor hammer.
touching trees and
Hey, I'm
thinking
learning
about
shit.
what it is.
And I'm just saying you're trying
Inside
to
the
get to know this
bag, you're
pixie.
able to pull out roughly 10 gold.
All right.
Stay getting rich.
Trying to free your family, man. All right.
Also, give yourself 50 XP. And you're saying follow the pixie now?
Yeah.
So,
Well, we all agree.
he's pickpocketing the pixie, essentially, as the pixie's talking to you. And you're traveling about. You're now at the small village that you were just told earlier to go to by guards that you bribed to not let you go. Or not.
Oh, we made
Force you to go.
15 gold out of the situation.
And you're able to get
XP.
back onto the proper path.
So we
Oh.
should have just followed what I said at the beginning and stay in the woods to buff up. We did it anyway.
So now you're back in. You're now heading towards that town. You get to that town. That town itself is rural, rustic, a little bit. Couple of shacks and huts with trees. It's still developing, but there's a couple of stone buildings also. It seemed that the town itself was actually attacked at one point, and they're repairing the damages. There's a Grand Central Captain's Guard in the town itself who's ordering soldiers about of making sure supplies and wares get moved about properly. Near him, there's a small shop that is building itself back up, but they have a few potions, they have a few food items that you could tell for sure.
How much do potions cost?
You don't know until you go over to that shop. Also in the town, there's what appears to be a central building for like a mayor or a head leader of sort.
Yeah. Mayoral home.
And there's even a group of guards having a meeting at a table talking about in front of it. right now it's up to you guys to decide what to do from there.
Y'all want to go into the shop?
Yeah, I think we all could use a couple potions. Put them in our bag and...
Why? Who needs to be healed?
Well, I'm down 5 hit points.
Okay.
And what's yours?
Can I cast my
Mine's
healing
17.
word spell on him so that I can heal him?
Mm-hmm.
I still think it'd be a good idea to get some potions in our bag.
Let's I want to see if we can buy a map.
That'd be a good idea.
Well, we don't have much coin. He has all the fucking coin because he keeps pickpocketing people.
yeah.
We can't do that necessarily. So
I mean, I can.
you and me gotta save what we can. So I am willing to heal you so that you can save some coin.
Alright.
Could I give 10 gold to each of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a teammate.
You don't have to roll anything about that. It's just an action.
Yeah, that's just an at.
I'm down to 25 gold.
Alright, and we're up to 15. So can I see
Yeah.
your pencil? Because
Oh.
you have mine.
Sorry.
Oh shit. Okay.
Alright. So you have to roll to see how much you heal me.
Wait.
Yeah. Roll for healing check.
And what die do you need?
D4.
Alright.
If she were to roll a 1, could that actually cause damage to him?
No, that just heals
No.
me by 1. But I'm healed by 2.
2 and then spellcasting ability modifier. What would that be under?
Wouldn't that be a wisdom?
Or Arcana?
That'd be underneath intelligence.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Because it's a
you
spell.
do have an intelligence modifier of 1. So that means I get 3 health points.
Wouldn't it also be the +3?
Yeah.
As in my...
So he's already fully healed.
Sweet.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it, partner.
And then I don't think he's down by much. You're only down
No.
by like 2
None.
points, right?
None.
None.
Oh, none?
The poison it was
Yeah.
pretty much cured on the first round.
Yeah, but I know he took a hit from
Yeah,
it.
he had at least 1 health.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
So you're
He's
at
like, oh,
16.
He's just got like a.
Well, which really isn't anything
Yeah,
to
same
worry
here.
about.
So-
He's completely unfazed by it.
Alright.
I would say that you're having the group do go in the shop wise.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
As you go into the shop after you essentially may or may not give your team gold to use for spending for themselves, out of the generosity in your heart.
I'm gonna need that paid back.
Wait,
Never mind.
wouldn't the healing word give me experience?
Yes, I forgot.
50 or... Yeah, 50.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it the same as James?
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, because mine is druidic and spellcasting.
So, okay, yeah, you're all walking the shop, you all have gold. And you see a big, burly, humanoid figure. He's incredibly large, but has a long beard.
Human?
Yes. Human.
Like my size or...
He's a little bit larger than you.
That's odd.
He's,
Well, I'm a half-orc. And I'm half-human.
but that's all you can tell that from his features and how he is.
I like him.
He talks
And
to
then
you.
he's human, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
He looks human to you guys.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
So as you all walk into the shop, you can tell around to have a few wares. Primarily, mostly in herbs, potions, food items, along with anything as a supply to help you survive. You notice that they have a small sign that states Verit's Forge. He looks at your group as you're all walking in and says, "What can I do for you?" Essentially, he's got a slight problem speaking a little bit, but that's because you notice as he speaks, he's got two large fangs up from above the bottom of his mouth.
I need to know what kind of food you have, and I need to know if you have any flint.
He nods and says that, yes, we do indeed have flint and food supplies. The food supplies that we offer are more of the dried food category. Soldiers use these constantly for in rations at war. We have dried food portions of almost anything from types of meats along with certain herb extracts put together. It's kind of more like a jerky form, essentially.
Yeah.
They also offer other dried food rations of like bread and crackers, biscuits,
Alright.
things
Wait.
along that line.
So we're not talking to the forge dude, we're talking to the actual shopkeeper.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, sorry.
but that's what the shop is. It's the forge.
Oh, so it's one of those chewing
Yeah.
ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Makes a hell of a lot more sense. Okay.
Is there a map I can buy?
He says yes, there is indeed a map that you can buy if you need a map. It's very common for soldiers to get lost without one, so we offer everyone, including in-town shop tradesmen and adventurers, maps.
I'll take one.
Mark off 20 silver.
1 gold is worth 100 silver. I will take the flint, a bag of dried, pretty much the jerky, and 1 small health potion.
He tells you for all of that, the cost would be around 30 silver.
Very well.
Do I know if the shopkeeper is the actual owner or if they're just
He's
Talk
the
to him.
actual owner. He's the only one that's working there.
okay?
How much
Can I
jerky
look
is
around
in
the
bag?
shop for clues as to who this
2
person
pounds.
is?
So what?
Can I look around and try to find clues as to who this person actually is?
Why not just talk to him?
Because the surrounding area will give me a better idea of who the person
You
is.
already know, like around the area, it's just a standard shop, and
How many hit points is the potion?
So there's no decoration or anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the
boring.
town is still rebuilding.
Oh, the town is rebuilding?
Yeah, town is still
Okay.
rebuilding. What'd you say again, Brett?
How many hit points do I regain for the potion?
The potion itself regains 10 hit points if you were to use it.
Yeah, I'm just writing down what
Okay.
I have to. And the jerky doesn't have any healing properties, right?
No.
No, that's just to make sure I don't starve.
Yeah.
I suggest you two buy some food too because we
But
don't
you
know what's
got-
going to happen.
You said you got a couple of bags, so that's roughly about, say, 5 bags, so you got a total.
No, I said a bag.
A bag?
A bag.
Oh, I thought you said a couple of bags, my bad.
So how much jerky
well.
comes in a bag? You said 2 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I said, all right, I have 2 pounds of jerky.
That's my fault.
So wait, did I still spend 30 silver then?
Yeah, you still spent 30 silver.
Well, then I have fun. No.
You're making him feel like a dick now.
Alright, now where are we at?
These two, are you two gonna buy any food? Or are you just gonna eat some of my jerky? I'll share.
Do they have anything that
But
isn't
you already
jerky?
bought the map though earlier, but. So what?
Do they have anything that isn't jerky? Something maybe plant-based?
Bread, apples, a variety of fruits, along with a couple of jars of nuts. Dry foods, mostly.
All the nuts would probably. They're still.
Okay. I'll go with some bread and the nuts.
Mark off 10 silver.
Ooh.
Fell through?
Huh?
It fell through?
No.
I was going to say, pack it down a bit. Alright.
So I have a loaf of bread, right?
Yeah.
It's
You have a loaf of bread, and you have 2 pounds of nuts.
Can I look at the map and find the quickest route to Grand Central?
Also, are they mixed nuts or are they just the same nut?
All the same nut.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
What kind of nut?
Um,
I'm gonna need that for later. There's a reason why I'm doing what
the
I'm
nuts themselves, they seem to be similar to walnuts.
Oh, yeah, I can just sit
So
there
should
and
I
crack
just put
them on
down
the way
walnuts?
to...
Yeah, for the sake, I'm gonna put down walnut. I was gonna think of a name for the tree type, but
Are they easier to crack open at least?
yes,
Don't
Okay.
worry, I'll crack them
they're
on
easy
the
to
floor.
crack open.
Okay, I just
I'll
want to
crack
make
them on
that
the road.
fucking clear right now.
I'll be like Hodor for, not Bran, but Rickon. Just fucking... You pick them out, I just smash them. This is not my glass.
Fucking take
As
your
you look
goddamn
at the
glass
map-
if you want it. Damn.
No, I just have to...
You can tell that the road that the main road of the town is definitely the one that goes straight into Grand Central.
Wait, is that why my cup keeps disappearing from soda?
Huh?
Is that why soda keeps disappearing from
Maybe.
here?
Last question. How much for the shop?
The shopkeeper looks at you and laughs and states that it's worth at least 400 gold.
Very well.
Jake just got all
Can I
choked
steal
up.
out of his drawer?
I'll be
when
back.
He's not paying attention.
While I'm talking to him about buying his...
Give us a lot of hand.
Must steal all our money back.
Actually, first way, do deception first.
Me or...
Him.
10.
And a deception
Okay, and
modifier of...
0.
Okay, so he's able to get his hand towards the drawer now. While the shopkeeper is talking to Throg. In order for you to now check for anything, do a sleight of hand.
16 plus 2.
So an 18. He was like, God damn it. We got all
You
our
knew this
gold
was
back.
gonna happen.
You're
knew.
able to pull out a good sized bag that's worth 40 gold.
And you got an extra 50 experience for sleight of hand, so now you're level 2.
I have 64 gold now.
Jesus fuck.
I will definitely be back to buy your store at some point. And I walk out of the store.
I want to try to steal a couple health potions.
Well, first, you leveled up, so let's get that out of the way for you.
Yeah, you are now level 2. He is our first level up. I plan on leveling up the old-fashioned way by beating everything over the head.
Your proficiency bonus is still at +2.
Okay.
The experience that you now need to get to level 3 is 900. You're at 0 of 900.
Okay.
And then,
I got my
because you leveled up with the sleight of hand, go ahead and add +1 to sleight of hand.
Okay.
Would that be +1 to the modifier or just the stat itself?
The base stat.
Okay. Alright, so, haven't fixed that. We're somewhat literal people. We need this shit done. Okay. He's still in there trying to steal a health potion. What are you trying to do?
I forgot what he's got to
Do
roll
I
for his health
notice
bonus.
anything about the
Oh,
shopkeeper?
your health bonus.
I got
Sorry, he's
okay.
not done yet. Not
What
bad.
die was it that you were supposed to roll again? One D8 for me.
Yep, that's D8.
7.
Add 7 to your health.
So you're at 24.
Okay. Now, what was it, Michelle?
Oh, I was asking, do I notice anything about the shopkeeper? No.
You could tell after he spoke that he was definitely a half orc. He's trying to do stealing again.
Ah, so that's why he's bigger than me. He's more
He's
slow.
trying to steal for what now?
Health potions.
Potions.
Do a
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know the sleight of hand.
1.
Oof.
I caught.
Oh no, it's so much worse than being caught.
Let's think of that punishment. That nat 1 punishment.
Jake's like, okay, give me the minute.
After you got yourself the lovely gold into your hand and you're trying to now sneak on by to
You take all my gold.
get these potions, you ended up knocking down the entire shelf, breaking them. Shopkeeper is extremely angry with you and snatches the bag out of your hand. It says, I'm going to need you to give me all your gold.
I pull it back and run away.
You can't do that. No, I'm sorry. You end up paying him.
I have to pay him. I can't
You're
beat him,
ordered
I
that
can't beat
one.
him.
Yeah, it's a punishment. That's all your gold. And he kicks you guys out of his shop.
Alright. I am going to give him 7 gold.
You're a dick.
Why?
Because I was gonna give him 5. Now I look like the asshole. I give him 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So now you have
12 gold.
Yeah, don't worry, friend. You have 12 gold. We gave you some of the gold back that you gave us.
I guess you're not going to say that he trusts you a little more.
Yeah, I was about to say, so I
Your
hope
bond is
that
trust.
builds a little
Well,
bit
he threw
of
a rock
trust.
at me. I kind of
Yeah,
had to
that's-
make him trust me again.
You blew him away.
Well, he scared me. I don't like it when motherfuckers walk up on me.
Is
like
that why you had an angry look on your face while you was doing it?
I did not have an angry face on my look.
You did not have an angry face on your look?
Shut up. Shut up. Let's smoke some more.
Alright, well, your group is in the center of the town right now. You know where everything's at. You know which path you go take to get to Grand Central.
We're still following the
And-
pixie, right? What was the pixie doing the entire time?
The pixie guided you guys to
The town?
town.
I thought it was guiding
So the
us to
motherfucker
Grand
just
Central.
left
Yeah.
us there?
But because he got a
We've
20
been
on his
abandoned.
lovely little map thing, and knowing where everything's on act, he knows that the road that if you guys take is completely safe.
You got a little too greedy, man. Just a little. If you didn't try to steal the health potions, you would have gotten out of there
So,
with
Mirror,
36 gold.
What are you gonna have your party do?
64.
64, that's right.
Well, ask the party to do.
Take the road.
I think we should grind a bit more. I know you just hit level 2.
I was just gonna say, he just leveled up. He ain't tripping off that.
What are your thoughts? You're the you know what his thoughts are. I just said my thoughts. Alright, what do you think we should do then?
I think what we should do is we should try to see if there is a spot for us to train within the city, because as we've already been told, it is kind of dangerous to be out in those woods, and we just saw a bunch of motherfuckers, or at least one motherfucker that we destroyed with the blight. We've actually seen what that shit looks like up close. We don't want that shit, but we do want to train. And it could be down the path.
Yeah, you said it was completely safe.
Alright. I'm not gonna argue any further, I just wanted your opinion. We'll go
I
down
think
the
you
path.
both have good ideas. To put it simple.
Fortunately, it's completely safe, so there's no grinding on the way. There is no compromise.
So now it's not time for the party leader to make a decision.
We start traveling.
You start traveling along the road, and this time now it's getting around almost afternoon to the sun setting, essentially. It's almost there. It's like maybe about
Like 4.
7 p.m.
Oh.
You notice
It's not
that
the
there's
savings.
these
Got it.
large white archways that are decorated with silver. And there's a crest on it that looks similar to the Raven Hawk that you guys saw in the woods earlier.
Ooh, shit, let's get down.
And there's a couple of the Grand Central Guard, same as you saw at the beginning of your journey, dressed in a, now you can have better detail of what they look like. They have a very broad, thick plating to them. They're heavily built.
Mm-hmm.
And the archway past it is a large bridge, just going off past the water towards the city. The city itself is relatively large, but has a unique feature about it that seems almost as a mix between both elven, human, dragonkin, and other races. It's a very well mixed city.
These are all the races that we see, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was pulling
So, now we're at the party, which we do from this point, as in at the bridge.
Can we see the tavern from where we are?
No, you cannot.
Yeah. Alright.
You got it?
Yep.
So, back to the main story?
Yep.
Okay.
Just gotta keep an eye on it.
So,
I'm running out of space, so this is gonna end soon.
you all decide to go ahead and then continue walking about your journey, going down the path, and you notice that the town itself is
Do you have any folders that don't have those edges?
well developed. And it has a slightly large stone road that's bumpy, essentially. Town is extremely well developed, and there's plenty of shops, stores, homes all in and about, but they seem to be separated in districts. You notice that the one that you've walked into looks more like a market, so it must be, by your knowledge, of a market district.
Yeah.
That is where you guys are now at.
It's the shopping district, basically.
Alright. What do you think we should do?
Look around for the tavern.
Yeah, we should probably get this underway. And that's where we're gonna cut it off here.